And it looks like we're off.
All right, here we go.
So this is 02, and we got ourselves a new commentator this time.
Hello, this is Rename Speak. Currybond's still here, so you'll get a lot of good information from him. But I'm here for moral support,
Yeah, you're the guy who knows all the Z3 stuff, so it's very important you're here.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah. So yeah, coming up on 02 here. This game kind of works a bit differently than 01. First off, there's no saber spamming or anything like that. No tricks to get EXP quickly. You kind of just got to deal with what's thrown at you. And coming up on this intro stage here, these golems have a really awful hitbox that you can just barely hit the saber. It is like RNG manipulation stuff from 01 still works in 02, although it's probably a bit harder in 02 just because there's just more things in stages affecting RNG. Also, shoutouts to these cactuses that have rather obnoxious hitboxes. So coming up on this intro boss here, this boss, like you don't really have any good like damage output at this point in the game, so all you can really do is just jump slash it. However, there's a version of jump slash you can do called an extended jump slash, where if you do a jump slash and hold down, Zero will hold the saber out, and instead of doing 4 damage, he'll do 5. And you can do this to save an extra hit on the boss.
I know you mentioned RNG earlier. What sort of factors is orrsa going to need to worry about just like casually going through state?
Similar factors to 01, where like buster shots, scraping up against walls, killing enemies. There's some new factors in this game like screen shake, dashing underwater, things like that.
Right. And one boss in particular coming up.
Oh, we'll get to him.
Right. Crowd favorite.
In quotation marks. So since we got a lot of cutscene to sit through, this is probably a good time to talk about probably the main part of the run here, or at least in the early game, is the EXP routing. Because unlike in 01 where you just had that little glitch you did to get all your EXP, you don't have that in this game, so you got to get everything legit. One fortunate thing is that it takes much less EXP to level up in this game, but it still does take quite a long time, regardless if you don't know what you're doing. So just like in 01, a single slash gives you 1, double gives you 2, and a triple gives you 4, and a charge gives you 8. So what you're gonna do is you want to get triple slash as soon as you can, and then use it on triple slash as many bosses as you can, so you can get enough EXP to get the charged saber as fast as you can. So because of that, you want to do the train stage first, since there's a ton of enemies on that stage, enough in the first section to get you to a double slash. And then there's kind of a mid-section which, using the double slash, you can get even more EXP, so by the time you reach the boss, you'll already have the triple slash. And normally just going through the stages at that point will get you your charge like right before the point you need it, but you still do need to kind of watch your back a bit. And also the EXP levels of when things level up, you get your double slash at 30 EXP, your triple at 90, and I believe the charge was 290. I can't remember. I think it was 290. It's been a while. Much lower than 01's, which I believe just getting the charge lash in 01 I think was something like 540. It's like some ridiculously high number. So yeah, it's much easier to level up in this game compared to 01. Fortunately, we still got quite a bit of cutscene left, so if there's like a donation, like now is the perfect time to do it.
Awesome, that's perfect. I do have a donation. We have $40 from Colonel Fatso, who says, "No ape left unescaped." So that gets us a little bit closer to that goal. That's 60 out of 100. So thank you very much for the donation.
Oh, nice.
Fortunately, though, Z2 is the last of the series that deals with cutscenes, right? Or does Z4 bring it back as well?
Oh yeah, this is the last game where cutscenes are an issue. It's not so much an issue in 0-1 just because there's so few of them, but in this game, definitely, like, there's just so many of them. Like, an optimal run of this game is like 54 minutes, and about a half hour of that is downtime.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate because this, I mean, it is a pretty serious contender for the best of the Zero series. Just a cutscene, a little unfortunate.
Yeah, this would be a really cool speed game otherwise. There is a theoretical way you can skip kind of this intro cutscene stuff, where if you die in the file select, then you skip the intro stage along with all the cutscenes, but trying to find a way to die in the file select is just not known yet, other than cheating.
Yeah, it seems a little outlandish, but, you know, I trust that someday we'll find a way to make it work.
Yeah, we can only hope. I guess one little quick thing to mention is orrsa got the chain rod back a little bit there. We'll get more into the chain rod later because it's pretty neat in the Japanese version of 0-2. So now that they're going to be resuming actual gameplay again, this is the dreaded train stage. This stage sucks. It's very difficult to execute properly because there's no really good indication to know where enemies are in this stage. And there's just a lot going on, including stuff that just doesn't die in one hit. So it just leaves to kind of just a very frustrating stage to kind of just get through. And there's just enough... Ooh.
Now, do you lose your XP in this situation if you die?
You keep your EXP. So, yeah. So yeah, it's just this first section gives you just enough enemies to reach 30 EXP to get your double slash, which you need for the middle section. I guess kind of one amusing thing is in a hard mode run of this game, the stage is actually one of the easiest ones in the game, because you don't have to grind for EXP in hard mode, because there is no leveling up. So you literally just dash forward, mashing the Buster button, and that's this entire first section.
The Buster even gets rid of Zappy Boys?
The Buster actually does twice as much damage in a hard mode, so yeah. So yeah, so right here he's defending the cargo. He's trying to hit these enemies with a double slash so that he gets twice as much EXP. I believe there's 32 of these guys, so if he does it properly, he'll get 64 EXP, which is enough to get him the triple slash. Also, kind of another example of the hard mode run actually being easier at the start of the game. You literally just camp in the bottom right corner of the screen and just let these guys take everything away. So, yeah.
There's a few missions where the best route is to just neglect your mission at 0.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like... I think there's another one where you gotta, I think it was in Polar Stage, there's a mission objective that you just completely ignore it. So yeah, coming up on this boss here. Since orrsa got the triple slash, he can take out this boss much quicker than usual, and you can get a lot of EXP at the same time. You don't want to see him jump, and if he does jump, you kind of want him to kind of jump in a period where his iframes will end just as he hits the ground. I guess another little tidbit is you don't want to enter this stage at A, Panther stage at A, because Panther's X skill will waste time. And orrsa didn't finish that stage at A rank. That's kind of bad. Well, it's kind of both bad and good. Bad in that he will not get Phoenix's X skill, but good in that Phoenix will be much less of a jerk in terms of RNG. So coming up on Phoenix, the stage itself, there's not really a whole lot to say about it other than you're going to see these generators that orrsa's going to throw the shield boomerang at to do a ton of damage to them. So I think we should probably talk more about the boss, which nobody likes.
It's a love-hate relationship.
No, it's hate-hate.
Yeah, that's... you're right. It's true.
Nobody likes Phoenix.
0-2 has an unfortunate collection of bosses that everybody agrees to hate.
Yeah, Phoenix is the first one, which The issue with Phoenix is that he's the only boss in the entire series who changes RNG every frame just from him being on the screen. So combine that with the fact that the boss kind of has a lot of random attacks that don't really give you good opportunities to attack him with, it leads to rather kind of a big mess of a fight. Since orrsa's not A rank, he's not going to use his X skill, which is his worst attack, where he turns invincible and starts charging at you. However, it does have a disadvantage where you will not get Phoenix's X skill, which is rather useful for some early combos. See if he gets good Space Invaders. Yo, we got the no damage Space Invaders.
Nice. That also means 0% chance of the cameo move from Phoenix, right? That's his EX move?
Oh, you mean the ones where he summons all the Magma X bosses?
Yeah.
That's not his X skill. So we could potentially see that move.
Maybe if orrsa is unlucky, we the viewers will be lucky.
So I believe he got 3 out of 4 of those generator one-shots, which are pretty good. So now we're coming up on this really awful boss. I hope that the chat is just full of Morero right now. I'm already seeing it right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this boss is a jerk. You want him to do his dash attack because you can do a triple slash like that. And then when he's off the ground, you throw your shield boomerang at him. Or if you don't have a charge ready, you just hit him with a single slash. This is his worst attack here he can do if you're not at A rank, where he splits up into 4 and you have to figure out which one's the correct one. Although one important thing to keep in mind about that attack is the ones that aren't him do not have a hitbox, so you can dash through those and not take damage. That wasn't a bad Phoenix fight. However, he was not at A rank, so one, that made the fight a bit easier than normal, and two, he's not going to get the X skill. So coming up here on the next stage here, Polar, there's not going to be a whole lot to say for this first section. The second section, on the other hand, has some more interesting stuff, so if you want to read donations, there's 2, now would be a good time.
Yeah, sounds good. We have a $3 donation from Mia Wu. Wish I could donate more. Really loving the Zero runs and in general the Mega Man community. Hope this little bit helps. Put this towards your guys' choice. We'll probably put that towards runner's choice. Yeah, any amount helps. It's very generous. The amount that we've received so far, I'm really touched that people have, given so much to help these people be at AGDQ, and yeah, so thank you everybody that's contributed.
Oh yeah, so you probably noticed at the start of the stage that orrsa switched his form. Now he's light blue. He switched to the Rise form, which doesn't do anything big other than it changes the last hit of your triple slash so that it does this kind of upwards kind of slash. And that does an extra point of damage compared to a normal triple slash, which helps out with some later combos. Also, a nice chain rod to get that big health. So normally for this mini boss here, you would do an up slash and then do a triple. But since he doesn't have the up slash, he kind of just has to improvise with the shield boomerang. So now coming up on this next section here is the chain rod, which earlier we mentioned has kind of an interesting use in the Japanese version of 02, where you can zip like that. So this is a glitch that's exclusive to the Japanese version of the games, where if you get into the corner of a ceiling and then chain rod upwards, you'll zip upwards. This glitch does not work on every ceiling in the game, and if it's on a left ceiling, it works slightly different, but yeah. Early on in the run, it kind of just more or less comes down to like 1 or 2 second time saves. It's much later on where it gets to the much bigger chain rod zip time saves.
As far as I know, this is the only game with a skip, right?
You mean like with like big stage skips? Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of an interesting thing about the Zero series in general when it comes to like scripted stuff is The devs did a really good job of making sure you stay on the beaten path. Like in both 0, 1, and 2, if you found some way to skip the boss rush, the final boss would not load.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, especially in the case of this game where you actually can skip the boss rush.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So yeah, on that boss there, Polar, since orrsa didn't have the up slash, he kind of just did more shield boomerang stuff. But coming up on the last stage of the first 4, which is high leg, there's not too much to say about in this stage. There is a part early on where you can, if you're behind on your weapon EXP, you can kill these group of bees over and over again to grind EXP for a bit. It's just a good backup in case you feel like you're a bit far behind. But yeah, I guess another important thing about this stage to mention is there's this big crusher thing at the end of the stage. And it's on a global timer, so preferably you'd want to kind of go through the stage as quickly as you can so that you can get the best cycle. Although I guess one nice thing about it is that it is fairly lenient to where you can waste a tiny bit of time and still make it. So it's these bees right here. If you kill these group of bees over and over again, you'll get a bunch of EXP for it.
I don't know if he needed it, but it looked like he went back and grinded an extra set of bees for some XP. I don't know if that was intentional.
I'm pretty sure it was. He was a bit far behind because he had to do the Polar fight a bit differently. Coming up on this mini boss here, there's this little thing in front of him that you can just pull out with a chain rod, and then you can just hit his eye.
Very cool boss.
Very. So in this part, there are all these guys that are kind of just standing there, kind of they're scared. You're supposed to rescue them, but we don't have time for that. So we're just going to leave them there. So coming up on high leg, this is a rather basic fight. You just triple slash them. If you're feeling really fancy, you can sneak in some extended jump slashes, but that's kind of a tricky strat. I don't know if orrsa is going to go for it. He doesn't have the up slash. I don't think it would save him any time, so. Yeah, you just went for a basic kill on that. So that's the first 4 guys. And after we get this little brief cutscene of X telling us some lore that we can't read, we're going to move on to the, the first intermission stage, where El Paizo decides he's going to lead an attack on Neo Arcadia, but it doesn't exactly work out for him. So we're going to have to go after him and kind of save him.
Gotta save my man El Paizo.
Yep. Too bad he turns evil in the end.
Whoa, man, I was trying to avoid that spoiler.
Says the guy who's commentating the full game run.
Yeah.
Okay, for some reason you gotta go talk to CL there in order to kind of trigger this next cutscene. So yeah, this is kind of another good point for if you want to read a donation, because there's nothing going on here.
Sounds good. No more donations have come in yet. I just want to take this opportunity to thank the community for how much effort went into this. I mean, we have, between runners and commentators, over 100 people that have decided to give their time to help us out, and all of that's really appreciated because it's been a lot of work to put this together. Chowney and orrsa and Eldra, being restreamers, has taken a great burden off of the rest of us as well. So it's just been a nice team effort, and it's always fun to see the community come together for this sort of thing. So I just wanted to thank everybody that's been involved. Looks like we still got.
You still got some. You got a little bit more cutscene left. It's
Sounds
gonna
good.
end soon. Yeah, it's gonna end soon. So yeah.
We've talked about the incentives and the prize block. Just to talk about some upcoming incentives for a little bit further in the marathon. We have the New Crimson Plus color for both the runners. Last year we had Terex get a personal best in yellow, which he wants to he wants to erase that. So I'd love to see him race in yellow again. So we have that as well. So yeah, plenty of fun incentives to donate to. So looks like we're getting on with some actual gameplay. I'll get back to you guys.
Okay, yeah, this is a rather basic stage. So there wasn't too much to say about it anyway. But he just got his charge slash, I think. So he got it right when he needs it, which is right before this group of bosses right here, the golem guys. You got to fight 3 of them in a row, and they're each weak to a different element. So having the charge slash here is very important to have. This first guy here is weak to ice. So yeah, he's going for a safe one here. He's just spamming the charge attack over and over again. If you're feeling a bit more confident, you can sneak in a triple slash, but it's kind of tricky to do. Then you got this fire one, which on most casual playthroughs, you're not going to find this guy until you get to this point, but he is in an actual stage. He's in Phoenix's stage, kind of just hidden in a random spot of it in it.
And is there any attempts at manipulation going on even with the sub bosses here, the mid boss?
These guys do the same thing every time, so well, actually, it doesn't matter what attack they do. You're more or less it doesn't matter what they do. You can do the same thing to them each time. Also, kind of a little interesting tidbit is during this part, after you beat the stage, the game timer is actually not moving. So if you're going for game time for whatever reason nowadays, you could theoretically just leave the game on for 2 hours and you won't lose any time.
Nice. Sounds like a good time for a bathroom break or something.
Yeah. Too bad it's in 2006 anymore.
Yeah.
So Zero went and rescued El Paizo. You got these 3 guardians here, telling them that they just took out the entire force on their own, and that they send a missile over to their base. So now you gotta go and stop the missile.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, the next stage, it's pretty cool, but it's so hard to it's so hard to execute. It's fun to play, hard to execute. Because you're gonna start the stage off. You're gonna be you have to jump from ship to ship. And there's a bottomless pit during this entire first section, and there's guys on top of each ship trying to shoot you. So if you get hit by them, you're most likely going to fall into said pit and die. Although an important thing to kind of keep in mind is that the ships do kind of go on a little cycle. So in the Japanese version anyway, you actually want to mash the text as fast as you can, and that'll give you the good cycle for these ships. If you're playing the English version, I believe you want to wait a little bit before you start mashing. But that no one does play in English anymore because you can't zip in that. So you're going to see Orrsa here use the shield boomerang. So that way, the guys that are trying to shoot him off the ship, he can just reflect their bullets back at them. Coming up on this mini-boss here. This is an instance of damage stacking we're going to see here. We're just going to intercept the shield boomerang with a saber slash and do damage to it each frame. So now we're going into this next part of the stage here where there are these switches you have to hit. This is kind of a tricky part to do because these laser beams do not stay down for long, so you kind of gotta move quick. In later parts of the stage, in fact, they don't stay down for long enough, so you have to make use of the ice chip to freeze the switch and delay when it goes off. So you're gonna see him do that there, where he's gonna freeze the switch, so that way it goes off later and it gives him more time to go through the stage. So yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
So coming up here is more Resident Sleeper. So remember when we had to escort that guy in 01?
Oh yeah, my favorite mission.
Yeah, well guess what? This is 02's version of that.
Also my favorite mission.
Nice. So We gotta defend CL while she's hacking into the computer, so we're gonna use that time to level up our chain rod, since that they'll also help out with combos.
It's very important we keep her safe during this too. It's very integral to the mission.
Oh yeah, very. Oh yeah, but she can't die, by the way. Like, she can get hit by literally everything and she won't die, so it just hurts your mission points, whatever those serve in this run.
So theoretically, you could just sit here in the middle of the room, let her eat every single bullet, and it wouldn't really change much.
Yep. Also, those little guys that are shooting the bullets, they spawn in the same 5 spots. So if you kind of stay in the middle part of the room where you can see all 5 spawn points, then you can reliably like hit them before they start shooting. And you actually want to hit them before they start shooting, because when they start shooting, they start to they spawn these little green guys that you see crawling on the floor. If the guys don't ever shoot, then those guys won't spawn. Yeah.
Get XP for the rod here, or is he just having fun?
They're trying to get a lot of EXP for the chain rod, yeah. So that you can use the charge attack for it, which you'll see in a bit just how useful it is.
Still not used to XP. My game's baby mode, Z3. Don't gotta worry about that.
Shout out to 03.
Shout out to 03.
Also, people asking in the chat. Yeah, I guess we should talk about X skills and rank very quickly. You actually don't want to be at A rank in 0, 1, and 2 because then bosses use their X attack, which wastes time. And X skills are useless in 0, 2 just because they all share the same combo level, so only really the up slash is useful because of that. So now that we've leveled up both our saber and our chain rod, we can kind of do this little mini combo we can do with charge attacks here, where you're going to see orrsa is going to do a charge saber, or he can just get hit by the crap out of the boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just wanted to show off the boss's moves for the crowd. That's all.
Yeah, because you don't see him attack much.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, ouch. Well, fortunately, he gets to spawn right at the boss, so it's not too bad. Yeah, what you're gonna see him do, he's gonna do a charge saber into a charge chain rod, and those combo in each other like that. It's just nice, quick, powerful damage, so you got grabbed again.
It actually is, I mean, not a super tough boss, but it actually is tougher than a lot of other bosses in the game. I see a lot of people getting messed up on him and the refight.
Yeah, the beetle bros are kind of tricky. Although fortunately, he doesn't have to worry about getting to A rank now, so that's a plus. Because being at A rank for these guardians, you don't want to be at A rank, because like there are ones like Fafnir where he'll go invincible and just spam this like 10 to 20 second attack. So now we're in the next part of the game where you got to fight the 3 legendary guardians in X and some random frog. Shout out to Trogdor, by the way.
Trogdor's favorite robot enemy.
Yep. So since these bosses don't give you anything important, you more or less just fight them in the order that gives you the least amount of pauses. So because of that, we start with Harpooya, since we already have the ice chip equipped, and Harpooya is weak to that. Show us the frog balloon in chat, by the way. Yeah, this drop here, you can just hug that wall and just safely fall and not have to worry about anything. This section here looks intimidating, but it's really not. The important thing you need to keep in mind is that you can tell whether a platform is there or not by the position of the spikes. If the spikes are lower, that means there's an actual platform there. If the spikes are higher, then they're actual spikes, and they'll kill you.
Like that?
Yeah, like so.
Little manipulation there, wanting to get that game over, no big deal.
Yeah, we're just manipulating good pattern Harpooya. So yeah, I guess. Oh yeah, I guess going back to that last section. There is a way to tell where the platforms are, like in casual play. Like you shoot this little guy and they'll reveal the platforms, but we don't have time for that because we gotta go fast.
Yeah, he also shoots back at you, right?
Yeah, he shows you where the platforms are and then fires some projectiles at you. So I guess coming up after this next section here, once we get through it again, is you're going to see this part here where there are these mind-controlled resistance members. The game tells you not to kill them. In fact, if you want to go for an S rank, you have to avoid killing them, but that doesn't matter here. So you're free to basically just slice them in half and take a free guaranteed 1-up from them.
Yeah, it's really great for a casual playthrough because they guarantee drop a 1-up, and there's a whole bunch of.
Yep. I mean, just look at them all right now. Like, we just passed by 4 of them. That's 4 free 1-ups you could have got.
Yep.
Also, these enemies here are kind of awkwardly placed. And Orsa's opting. Oh, he killed one.
Nice.
Yeah.
3. Woo. Get him,
3
Orsa.
1-ups. So coming up on the boss here is Harpuya.
No,
You're going to be seeing him.
Paizo.
Oh yeah, there's this Alpaizo guy. Oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
So now we got to fight Harpuya because even though the bad guy was just here, he just wants to fight us for no reason. So we're going to do just that. So he's kind of similar to 0-1 in terms of how he fights. He has a few extra attacks. But you're going to see him do the same kind of saber into chain combo as with the beetle guy. We're back at B rank again.
Oh, nice recovery.
So coming up next is Nobody's Boy. Like, first there was Phoenix, nobody likes him, but there's this other boss, nobody likes him either.
Now, hopefully, we won't see him eat the golden one. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Would hate that. Yo, El Paizo's back.
Yo, what's he doing now?
Just laughing, having a good giggle.
Oh yeah, well, if you actually look closely when he dashes away, he actually has a 1 on his foot and a 2 on his body.
Really?
Yeah, like you'll see it later on where I think it's in the stage where you fight Harpuya again. Like, look when he dashes away, he'll actually have a 1 on his foot and a 2 on his body.
Oh, that's incredible.
Oh wow, Orsa got the tricky. We got half of the tricky chain grab there. It's actually a lot harder to do than it looks, even though it's what they intend you to do. Also, I believe this is going to be the first instance we're going to see. No, I guess not. There's a left wall zip you can do there and save like a few frames, but I guess Orsa doesn't want to go for it. Whoa, that was close.
Dang, man.
Keeping us on the edge. He's gonna get this. Oh, he didn't go for the swag jump. Oh, he's going for the sub tank.
Nice. Little safety never hurt.
Yeah, it's a good idea to get one if you need it. Yeah, sub tanks in the 0 games are very good. So.
I like how he just ditched that life. That was great.
Yeah, I don't need it.
Yeah, it's actually pretty annoying at IMO, the coil rod hooking things. It never pulls out as far as you think it does.
Yeah, it takes. Like, this thing has a massive learning curve to it. Wait, did you not take damage there?
He took a little bit. He healed up beforehand.
Well, that was weird. Because that big health is supposed to entirely fill your sub tank.
Oh yeah, you're right. That was weird. Oh, that was too fast. I missed it. Oh, here we go.
Oh, it's the burb.
Herbal heck a lot. Let's hope he doesn't get too full, right?
Yeah, let's hope he doesn't, one, eat some caterpillars, and two, just decide to be a jerk. Because you're going to see him when he jumps up onto the wall, like that, he gains iframes.
There's the Pokemon crossover.
Show us the Caterpie. Oh, he tried to eat one.
Oh,
He's going for the gold boy. Oh, no, he got the gold boy.
Yes, I mean, no. World tour. Around and around.
Not like this. Not like this.
Shoutouts to Burble heck a lot. What a great ball.
Yep. Show us the Trogdor, too.
Trogdor's favorite enemy.
Yep.
You ever see Trogdor in a chat room, just give him a hot burb. He'll appreciate it.
Yep. Oh, there's El Paizo again. He was bullying X for whatever reason there.
El Paizo, what's wrong with you, man?
He's mad with power.
Classic.
So coming up on the next stage here is Leviathan. This next stage is incredibly awkward to kind of move through. Because there are these like really just awkwardly placed pinwheel enemies and these little like guys that throw snowballs at you. Like they don't, like none of these enemies die in like just one hit unless you like charge attack them, so it's quite awkward to go through. Not only that, but there are these little dog guys that if they grab you, they hold you down for like a really long time in this game. In 0-1, you could just mash out of it in like less than a second, but in this one, they hold you down for a long time. So hopefully Orrsa doesn't get hit by a dog. Oh, that one jumped. We're getting some good dog patterns so far. You can manipulate these dogs if you know what you're doing, but it's kind of tricky. No, he didn't get grabbed by a single dog. So these are the snowball guys here. It is possible to kind of like, if you do it a certain way, to kind of kill them without losing any speed, but it's very difficult to do. So now we're at the drop. It is possible to do this entire section here without clinging to a wall, but good luck. Like, I don't think anyone's done it outside of a task setting. Oh yeah, all these dust sprites. Oh no, whatever will we do? RNG. Well, fortunately for us, this boss is not affected by the RNG value, so I think we're good to go. Yeah, Leviathan will do the same attack no matter what the RNG value is. See, oh, yeah, you didn't quite get it. You can manipulate her to down stab so they can get a triple slash in, but it's kind of tricky to do. So now we're coming up to a rather brutal stage. Like, this next stage is full of lava pillars. They have obnoxious hitboxes, and they hit like a truck. One nice thing about them is that they are on a global cycle, so you can kind of get an idea of kind of where they're going to be at in the stage. But it's still like a really brutal stage regardless.
Yeah. Normally I root for Defnir when I see Orrsa running this, but he's gone through enough.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine, so yeah. So yeah, these are these lava pillars here. The hitbox on him is not what it appears like. It's also possible to get crushed by one if you're not careful. Yeah, this is the tricky part here. Like, there's some really fancy stuff you can do here, but it's rather easy to die at the same time.
Definitely not the setting for the swag strats, as they say.
Yep. Oh yeah, there's a little hidden like 1-up and health you can get there. We're taking a damage boost there, so we can just skip having to do that part. And now he's out of the tough part of the stage. You know, it's not too much on this wall climb up here to the boss, where we're gonna be fighting Fafnir, who is pretty similar to what he's like in 0-1. He's got a few extra attacks, but that's about it. And just like with every boss before, it's just going to be charge saber and a charge chain. Although preferably if you want to do the combo optimally, you do that twice, and then you finish the boss off with a charge slash into a triple slash. Because interestingly, the charge saber and a charge chain actually does 1 less point of damage compared to a charge into a triple. Oh wow, he got grabbed. We got slam dunked.
Oh gosh.
Fafnir is just not having it today.
The pinnacle of Mad with Power Fafnir showing off his move.
So yeah, now we're into a lot of cutscene now before we get to the end game. So El Paizo's now really man of power, and we got to go stop him from doing some bad things with said power.
Hate to see it happen.
Yeah,
Look at him.
Yeah, look at him. So while we wait for him to brag about just how much power he's full of, this would be a great time for a donation or two.
Okay, sounds good. Still waiting on some donations to come in, so if you can help out with that, that would be great. In the meantime, I wanted to talk a little bit about the relay itself. We have a lot of talent coming to HDQ 2019 for this X1 to X3 relay. That includes BJW, Colonel Fatso, Countdown, Darrenville, Demolix, Double Stop, N2, Gear Bear, Just Incredible, Lethargic Waldo, Luis Miguel, Maru Sopa, Tokyo Something, Trogdor, Walrus Prime, and the Caleb Hart 42. That's a group of people you definitely want to see. So yeah, helping to get Luis Miguel, Maru, and Sopa to HDQ 2019, and we're more than halfway there. So that's a great job we've done so far, and we'll try to keep it up.
So now that El Paizo's done bragging about the fact that he's going to go and do some bad stuff, we're going to be playing the video game again. And this stage is kind of interesting, where there's actually just enough things in the stage to that aren't affecting RNG to where you can actually manipulate the boss. And if you do it just right, you can actually get Rainbow Devil to not do some of his more, let's just say, stally attacks.
How did he look there? Is he looking good?
Hard to say. Everyone does their manipulation here differently. Like, I know Tonic, like, you can tell if he got it or not by the fact that he gets a 1-up drop at the end of the stage.
Oh,
so everyone kind of has their different way of doing it. This is a good attack to start on, though. Ooh, we got grabbed. Yeah, he's got to be really careful here, because contact damage with Rainbow Devil does 4 damage.
There we go.
Oh, he's good.
Never worried.
Yeah, he had this whole time. So coming up on this next stage here is the first major, I guess, chain rod zip in the game. That's not just like a small time saver. So this is normally one of the worst stages casually, because you gotta do these really awkward hits with the tellies so that you can get through these breakable blocks, but with the chain zipping, you just skip all that.
the inside of those buildings are actually pretty, I mean, not super complex, but they're very annoying to navigate through as well, so quite a noticeable time save, I would say.
Yeah, it's a massive time save. Now we get to this last part of the stage with the lava rising. I still don't know how you go through this optimally. Like, it's so weird, this section. Now, coming up on a boss that is fortunately everybody's boy, the Fef car.
Oh yeah. Gonna upgrade.
Yeah, so Fefnir's channel is just channeling his inner strength, and now he's the car.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
What other robot does that? Come on now.
Although you can tell right away that this isn't that even though it looks menacing, it's not that powerful. I mean, look at it.
Yeah, it's shooting pretty pathetic shots now.
Yeah, you'll see those 4 like big guns on him. You want to break those as soon as you can, so then he's just left in this state where he just does nothing.
Oh, at least he looked cool for a little bit.
He looked cool for a little bit, but not long. So this next stage here is I believe it's the Temple of Ice. Has another kind of small skip you can do with the chain rod at the start. It's not as big as the last stage, where you're skipping an entire annoying section. You're more or less just skipping like a door or two at this time. It still looks kind of neat though. So he's going to do it right here. There we go. And probably the main highlight of the stage is the elevator skip we're going to be seeing in a little bit, where there's supposed to be this little ice block that you're supposed to ride up the stage, but that's really slow. So we're just going to climb up we're just going to climb up it. There's a lot of spikes, so you got to watch out for that too.
A staple of Mega Man speedruns, the elevator skip.
Yep. There's one part in this climb early, about here, where you see these spikes here. Oh, you got it. So an interesting thing about the chain rod is that if you're hooked onto something, spikes cannot kill you. So he was more or less able to ram his head against those spikes and not die just because he was hooked onto something.
Dang it, you're supposed to say it was frame perfect. He was a single frame away from dying, everybody. The sheer skill on this boy.
Yeah, ignore what I just said. Just listen to Rename. By the way, the stage is full of ice. You want to know another stage that involves ice?
Yes.
You should know the answer to this, Rename.
I can't not think of Blizzak.
Well, on Gak Tank.
Oh yeah, that's right. How could I forget?
This guy forgetting about Gak Tank.
Shameful. I'm ashamed. I'm sorry.
Get this guy out of here.
Just we saw Z1 and I saw Blizzak. You know, he was on the mine. I don't even like that guy.
He makes a funny noise though.
It's true.
Oh yeah, there's a boss.
Yeah, very tough.
Yeah, it's just the same old stuff. Charge chain, charge saber and a charge chain. It's kind of a weird boss because sometimes it lags a lot, but that's kind of about it. So coming up on the last of, I guess, I believe they're called Armored Phenomenons stages.
Nice.
We got the Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, so this is the last one, and then it's Harpuya?
Yep. And then we got the boss rush.
I guess that means Burble is dead forever, huh?
Yeah, I can't believe he's dead, man.
I can't. He deserves it.
He really does. So this is another stage where it's like annoying section, but oh hey, you can skip with the chain rod. You gotta be careful with these platforms here, they can crush you. Well, there's a zip. I don't know if orrsa's going to go for it or not. There's a rather precise zip you can go for here, where you can skip going. Yeah, where you can skip going through the boss door.
I think I'll try it once or twice. He normally gets it to go.
Oh, he's going for it. Oh,
Go first
he
try.
got it.
Heck yeah.
That's a pog. So now we got another cutscene here of El Paizo. He's still bragging about just how mad with power he is.
Oh, this where we see the 1 and the 2?
Yep. When he dashes away, watch out for the 1 and the 2. Oh, it's going to be a little while. He's got to prove to Harpuya just how mad with power he is. I think it's coming up, so keep a close eye on him.
He's so fast, dude. I couldn't see it.
I saw it briefly, so.
He's just too mad at the power. He's too fast. A lot of good screams in this game.
I mean, he just got corrupted by El Paizo being mad at power, so. So now we gotta fight. You got the wrong element out there. Yeah, this is a. Oh, he mode 7'd on you. This is what you don't want to see him do. You don't want to see the mode 7 attack. You just kind of want him to kind of just stand there and just take it.
Oh my gosh, the mode 14, the devil.
Oh god.
Hopefully we don't get mode 21.
You just had to call it, man.
I jinxed it. Oh jeez.
Well, that's the last of the armored phenomenons. Oh. Apparently Orrsa was just so happy he got the zip that he kind of just fell apart. It's all right, man. But you have every right to pop off after getting that zip.
Yeah, first try. That was pretty dope.
So now we're coming up to the boss rush. And this is probably, since the stage is one big vertical climb, this has the most amount of zips in the whole game. Unfortunately, even though it is possible to zip straight to the room where the final boss is, if you do not fight do not fight any of the bosses, he will not spawn. So you are forced to.
Still happen though? It just didn't start after that. Am I remembering wrong?
You just reach the room and there's nothing there. You just soft lock the game. So yeah, you are forced to fight all the bosses. Yeah, we're gonna get our first instance of I believe it's the first instance of a left wall zip, where it's not like a right wall zip where you zip instantly. You kind of have to fiddle around with the chain in order to zip. So the first 3 guys here, I believe they're all from the first 4 set of bosses. I think the first one we got here is High Leg, and then we got Polar and Nobody's Boy. Yeah, High Leg's more or less the same. It is possible to actually get a consistent pattern off them, but it's not worth losing sleep over if you miss it. So now we're coming up to the refight of Nobody's Boy, Phoenix. Yeah. Shouts to Morero. I can't say that correctly. How do you say it?
I think it's just Moiro. You gotta roll, you gotta trill the R. Moiro.
I'm just gonna leave that responsibility to you. You're better at it than I am.
Okay. Everybody type your Moeros in chat.
I got a little bit bad luck there. Yeah, this boss is much easier in the end game because you got a charge slash. Now we're gonna come up on Polar here. Since you can't enter any of these refights with charge attacks going on, what you do instead is you sneak in a quick, just a regular old chain rod, and then you do your charge attacks after that.
Oh wow, I actually didn't know that about not being able to enter with charge. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, the 0-3 is actually the game that added that. Shout out to 0-3.
Yeah, shout out to 0-3. My viewpoint's kind of skewed because 0-3 is my knowledge base, so whenever I see stuff like that, it just blows my mind.
So this section here is a bit, it's got a lot of spikes. There are some chain rods you can do here, but they're rather small time saves and just not worth it. There's one you can do at the very end where you zip up into spikes, and it's more or less TAS only. Oh no. Guess who's back?
Right. We had our fill last time. Hopefully we actually don't see the gold caterpillar this time.
Yeah, we're gonna hope that Burb isn't hungry.
Oh my gosh, the first ever Burb fan in history, Thasta, with the Yo My Boy in chat.
Oh god, there's a gold one. Oh, he didn't get the gold.
Nice. Took it right out from his tongue. There you go. That's a good Burb fight.
That was a good Burb fight. You wanna know a frog who is everybody's boy, though? Balloon Frog.
I'm trying to do it.
Show us the Balloon Frog. Yeah, we got. It's just same old combos on Panther. This next boss, however, is going to be a bit more interesting, though. Because, unlike other Mega Man games where you have to refight bosses you've already fought, this one is it's an entirely new fight. You got to fight both the Beetle guys at once.
This is a really cool fight, IMO.
Yeah, this is a really cool fight. Not only is it have no RNG like at all to deal with, like it's just fun like having to just go back and forth hitting the two different hitboxes because they both have their own set of iframes. So you can kind of see that there. We can kind of get some double hits on him. Ooh, ouch.
I see that happen a lot actually. It's still a pretty tough fight.
Yeah. Weird thing about that fight is that when they run out of health, they're not actually dead yet. They need to run into each other in order for the fight to end.
Yep, that's the only instance in a Zero game that I'm aware of that does that.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I wonder why the Beetle Bros got so much extra attention.
Hey, and T just likes beetles.
I guess so. Here we go.
Yeah, you guys see them, they're going to run into each other like that.
Very sad to see them go.
Nobody liked them anyway.
Whoa, I did.
Okay, nobody except Rename.
Okay, that's fair.
Actually, the Beetle and 0-1 did have a refight. So yeah. Yeah, there's a damage boost you can do in that ladder section. It's RNG if you can go for it, because you need to damage boost off a spider, which may or may not be there, so... Oh yeah, here's one of the more interesting zips in the game, if we can get it. So yeah, we just skip the boss door.
This is what I was thinking of. Now the cutscene's all messed up. See you, Zero.
It's C0. So Opaizo is so mad at power, he's going to kill the original X. Oh, F.
Ouch.
Can't believe X is dead, man.
Gone forever. But I'm a big fan of El Paizo, so it's okay.
He's a neat villain. So yeah, now while El Paizo becomes even more mad with power, this would be a good time to maybe read a donation.
Cool. Yeah, sounds good. We've got one. We have $20 donated by Stemog Stel, which looks suspiciously like Let's Go Mets backwards. Which is, yeah. Anyway, no comment, but you can put this towards the next incentive. So that would put us at $80 out of 100 towards the ape bonus levels. So $20 more will get us there. Thank you, Stemog Stel, whoever you are.
Look at him go, getting all this power.
The only noteworthy thing to say about this cutscene is that there's this part coming up where it kind of shows all these little images. RNG is changing every frame during this part.
Oh yeah, because it's shaking, right?
Yep.
He's so cool. He deserves to be mad with power.
Oh yeah, since orrsa glitched into the boss room, the boss door looks kind of weird now. If we scrolls over far enough to the left. So yeah, for this boss, you actually would want to do charge in the triple, like that is optimal, but it's very risky to do. So if you want to play it safe, you want to do charge in the chain, even though it is weaker. Just because this boss he's so random in his movements.
Right. We got another good scream coming up.
That scream, man.
So good.
So for this final boss here, you want him to do a gold platform. If he does a gold platform, well, this is one of his worst attacks here, the gold balls, because they're hard to predict and they do quite a bit of damage.
Getting close.
He's not getting a gold platform.
Nice.
Oh, got him. GG.
GG. What a good
Yeah,
run.
Oh, nice 420 for the final stage.